if you're still in here. Hello, hello, hello. I am. Hello, Green Machine. This is a very unusual. Hello, Elisa. Yes, yes. Welcome in, everybody. This is a very unusual stream for me. Today is October 2nd, and October 2nd is a very, very, thank you, darling Dove. Appreciate you, my friend. It's a very tough day for me. And today is even more special for the fact that it was 30 years ago today. 30 years ago today that this world lost an amazing man. 30 years ago today. Hello, Sue. 30 years ago today, I lost my father to the big, ugly word cancer. I did. Hello, Kylie. Welcome in, friend. Darling, yes. Let me mod over. I'm gonna mod everybody. What the heck? Because we're just gonna have some. We're just gonna have some hugs. There's Sue. Sue, I'll mod you too, friend. Mod Sue as well. Um, but I will do a giveaway. I do have this really, really cool. Look at this. This is a skeleton hand beret. Not a green beret, but a beret. You can put it in your hair. You know, I don't have much to put it in, but you could put it in your hair like that right there. You could wear it on your, well, you can't really see it really good there. You can wear it in your shirt. You know, you could do whatever you want to do with it. Right here, look here. You can get all handsy with yourself if you have to. So I'm going to get this giveaway going. And if you could, I'm going to tell the story about, let me get a giveaway going first, friends. Again, I'm not very used to running these. Here we go on my phone by myself, just a phone, but here we go. Here we go. Getting the giveaway. This is not a buyer's giveaway. This is a giveaway. It's free. It costs you nothing, guys. It's like right there, I think. Am I pointing to the right spot? Am I pointing to the right spot, or is it there? Here or there? I'm not sure. Here or there. It's one of the two spots. Are we still here, people? Oh, I lost the chat. That's why. Oh, there. Okay, I lost the chat. That's why. There. It's not here. It's there. It's there. Okay. So okay. Thank you, Whitney. Yes, it's there. So again, hey Mike. There's Mike. Mike's in the house. We're talking about my father. Where are we at? There we go. I lost him 30 years ago today. I lost him 30 years ago today. The guy's a great man. Here in a little bit, I'll get geared up and I will tell you the story of the day, the last 24 hours before he passed. It's a very what's the word I'm looking for? Supernatural. Hey, Cuddlebug. It's a very supernatural story. And if you're wandering in, we're talking about, I'm talking about my dad. I lost him 30 years ago today. 30 years ago today, I lost my dad. Greatest man to walk on the earth, in my opinion. Guys, get in the giveaway. It's like right there, something like that. For the skeleton beret. Skeleton beret. And I do have these in my buy it now too as well. Just in case anyone wants to buy one. I have these in my buy it now for $5. You can buy one of these for $5. Or you could buy one of these other cool things I'm gonna be giving away a little bit later if I get enough people here. I have a social, yes, thank you, Sue. Appreciate you, friend. A social battery brooch. So you can wear it and tell people where you are. Like today, I'm probably right here. And I'm probably right here today because 30 years ago today I lost my dad. But however, some days, yes, permanently red. No, it's not, Dover. It's not permanently red. But you can put it wherever you want to. And there's 2.5 minutes left to go in the giveaway. I do have them. I do have these in the buy it now if you want to buy them. To help me offset my giveaways, if you don't mind. It's up to you. But I appreciate you guys. So here's the kind of the story. Dad was diagnosed with cancer of the esophagus. Guys, get in the giveaway, friends. Get in the giveaway. There's only 7 people in the giveaway, 11 people in the room. I know. Hey, Wife to Frog, get in the giveaway, friend. We're talking about, and this is not one of them wide open, high energy kind of shows. We're just going to talk, all right? We're going to talk. I'll give a few things away. There's a very minimal stuff in the bite now, but we'll talk. I'm going to talk about the last 24 hours that my dad was on Earth. There's a very supernatural story. If you want to hang around, it's a very supernatural story. And hey, Pickles, how are you, friend? It started out, and guys, if you get here late, you want me to recap, let me know, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and start now. I'll tell you what, I'll start the story. Hey, Bambi, how are you, my friend? Let me add Bambi in here as well. To moderate, there we go. Got all my friends moderating. Thank you. Lisa, hang on. Lisa, moderating you. Yes, everybody's moderating. I don't care. Yes, that's amazing. So, Dragon Hoarder, how are you, friend? How are you? We're talking about my father. Again, we can have fun. I don't want this to be a down. I don't want this to be a downer show, okay? I want to celebrate his life. Hello, Jesse. Oh, there's Jesse. Hang on. Jesse, everybody's modding. You're a mod. All my good friends are mods. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you coming, hon. Get in the giveaway. There's like 32 seconds left of this here. I do have these to buy it now if you want them as well. So, anyhow, my father, please don't go nowhere we go here. Yes. Oh my gosh. Right. We're talking about life. We are talking about life, and part of life is death. So I'm going to tell the story the last 24 hours that my father was on Earth, what my 24 hours was like with his last day on Earth. Here we go. Going to the first person to get the this giveaway. Is it 20 Cooper? 20 Cooper. Thank you, my friend. That's coming your way. 20. Okay, thank you, 20. And guys, don't go nowhere. I'm gonna tell you the story, and I think you may like it. You may not. So here you go. Starting out right here. Welcome in, Salem. It started off. I was working in the Simpsonville, South Carolina area. I was still living in Anderson at the time. I was living in Anderson, South Carolina, and I was working in Simpsonville, South Carolina, which was about a 45-minute drive at that time. About a 45-minute drive. And this was a Saturday. And they needed some stuff done at the plant. And I volunteered. I was a manager of sorts. I was an department manager, and I needed somebody to come in and open up the plant so these guys get their work done. They need to get done, right? So so I came in and I decided, okay, I'll come in. So we start work at 7 a.m. 7 a.m. Take that. All right, 7 a.m. Yes. Okay, yes. So you know the story. So this was 7 a.m. We started work at the plant. I was just hanging around in the office. I didn't have to get any work done, but other departments needed work done. Yes, it was 7 a.m. 7 a.m. All right, 7 a.m. Think about that. 7 a.m. So I was there at the plant in the office, and this is back before cell phones and all that kind of stuff, right? And long distance was a thing. Long distance, I think this is 30 years ago. There weren't no cell phones. We couldn't just pick up a cell phone and call, right? It was 30 years ago. We had no cell phones, no motor cars, just all that, Gilligan's Island. There's no single luxury. Now, yeah, landlines, exactly. Thank you, Sable, because that comes into play. Landlines come into play in this story. So, 7 a.m., we're just walking around, doing the thing. I'm at work for a few hours. I'm bored, right? I'm bored because I have nothing to do. I go out there to the guys, see if they need any assistance with their machines they're running. They don't. They're all set up, all this kind of stuff, right? Everybody knows what's going on. So I go back to the office. And back in the day, they had a thing called the Watts line. Now, if you're familiar with the Watts line with long distance telephone calls, it's like 1-800 numbers, right? The company that I was with at that time had a Watts line. And that Watts line allowed you to call anywhere and it didn't cost you anything else, right? It didn't cost you anything. So what we did, so I decided, yes, it was. And that's 30 years ago. So I said, well, you know what I need to do? I need to call my dad. I know, because Dad had been sick. Dad had been diagnosed with cancer prior to, and he had been sick. And I hadn't had a chance to really talk to him much. I figured, yes. And back then, the long distance, I mean, we're talking dollars per minute, guys. We're talking dollars per minute for long distance calls back 30 years ago. We're talking 1994. So also let me set the stage as well. At that point in time, my oldest son was 6 weeks old. Okay. So he was a baby. I mean, an infant baby, right? Itty bitty infant baby. My wife had a C-section, which means cesarean section, which means was back in 30 years ago was seriously major surgery, guys, right? So she was still 6 weeks into that, recovering from that. Yes, major. It's still major surgery. However, 30 years ago, it was even a whole different scenario. So, hey, half and half. Hey, Mom, how you doing? So, all right. So, setting the stage. I get a 6 week old baby at the house. Let me get another giveaway going. Do y'all want me to run the white social battery as a giveaway, or the black social battery as a giveaway? Which one y'all want me to run? The white one or the black one? I can run the black one. Twain Cooper, the one who won. I'm well. The one who won the first giveaway wants me to run this one. So, all right, okay. But you know what? Hey, I've said people win the same giveaway or twice. So here we go. We're gonna run this here, guys. All right. It should be running. Get in the giveaway. It's right there. It's right there for the black social battery. So where were we? I got a 6 week old son, right? I got a 6 week old son, and 30 years ago, 7 o'clock in the morning, we was at the shop, 45 minutes away from home. I was checking with the guys, got bored, getting a giveaway, got bored, all this kind of stuff. So I decided to call my dad. This is probably, I called my dad about 9:30 a.m. 9:30 a.m. This is Eastern time. It doesn't make a difference. It's still 9:30 a.m., right? So I call him. I call him up, and he answers the phone on about the second ring. Normal stuff. Hey, Kit Kat. Normal stuff, right? I got a giveaway going, guys. Get in. Normal stuff. He answers the phone. I said, hey, Dad, how you doing? How you feeling? You know, the normal chit-chat stuff you would do when you as an adult would call your adult parent, right? How's things going? Getting the giveaway, guys, right there. Getting the giveaway. How are things going? All that kind of small chit-chatty kind of stuff. And I can't remember the exact small talk that we had, right? When people actually use phone to call and talk, right? We didn't text or nothing like that, right, Sable? We didn't. Hey, Kelsey, I'm telling a story about about my 24 hours of my dad's last 24 hours before he passed away 30 years ago. So, so I picked the phone. We're talking. We're chit-chatting. Little small. Yes, you call your mom every day. My mom still lives in Virginia. So anyhow, I said, how you doing? He goes, and then I remember distinctly him saying, son, are you on your way here? I'm like, what do you mean, Dad? He goes, son, are you on your way here? I go, no, Dad, I'm not on my way there. Do I need to be on my way there? He goes, well, son, I thought you were, hey, Scrappy, I thought you were already on your way here. And I'm like, what? I don't understand this. What are you talking about? Am I already on my way here? Guys, we're talking about, those are just coming in, We're talking about my dad's last 24 hours on earth 30 years ago. And if you want to go back and watch my past shows to catch up on it, you're more than welcome to. Also, it'll be on YouTube as well, probably after it loads in, all that kind of cool stuff. All right. So, are you on your way here? Are you on your way here? I mean, Dad, if you need me to come, I can come. I could be there. If you need me to come, I will be there. Guys, get in the giveaway, please. I said, he goes, yeah, I thought you were already on your way here. Guys, hang around for the story. I'm telling you. He goes, Dad, I thought you were already on your way here. I said, well, guys, I guess that's it, Dad. I'm coming. I'm going to come. So I went to the shop and said, guys, I know we came in to get this stuff going. By this time, it's like 10 a.m. It's 10 a.m. I know we got to get stuff going. I said, be ready to shut down in 30 minutes. I was going to shut the whole plant down. And I said, be ready to shut down in 30 minutes. At that point in time, I called my wife. And I said, hey, wife. I didn't call her that, but that's what it was. I said, get ready. We're going to Virginia. She goes, what? We're going to do what? I said, we're going to Virginia. Back then, I think the speed limits were still 55 miles an hour. It was a 9-hour drive. And we had a 6-week-old baby, and she was still recovering from a cesarean section. So all of these things rolled into one. And she questioned me and go, are you sure we need to go? I said, yes. My dad said, have you not left yet? Are you still coming? What's going on? So I said, okay, we're going. She was okay. She says, okay. She was, I get everything packed up. At that point in time, we drove a little, I'm not sure what year it was, but it was a Z24 Chevy. A Z24 Chevy. I could picture it, but it was a little small car. Little small car. I drove a pickup truck. So we were, yes, a little sports car, exactly. We weren't newlyweds. We had been married about 3 years, but this was our first baby, right? So we still had these sports cars and that kind of stuff. 5 seconds left to go in the giveaway. If you're not in, get in. This is for I think I said the black one. Did I say it was for the black one? Here we go. Jesse! Look at there. Yes, it was a two-seater, but it had a thing in the back. It had a thing in the back. Yes, congratulations, Jesse. You guys stay with me for the story. But I had a thing in the back where you could put a car seat, which we had to have, right? And so my wife sat in the back with the car seat facing backwards, all that stuff. And we brought everything. Yes, you're welcome, Jesse. We brought everything. We had a playpen sleeper. We had, you name it. It's the first time that Jesse said something in the hidden chat. First time that we taken a trip with the baby, so it's brand new to us. We're brand new parents, and we didn't know what was going on. This was 30 years ago. So we loaded up, and we're heading on. We're heading to Virginia. It's a 9-hour drive, folks. It's a freaking 9-hour drive. No cell phones, so we couldn't communicate. We couldn't communicate to anybody, hey, we're halfway there, we're almost there, we hit traffic. None of that stuff. None of that stuff that we could do, right? We couldn't because there were no cell phones. So and also with a 6-week-old baby, yes. Yeah, but we didn't think about that because back in the day, we didn't think, hey, they know we're coming. They know we're coming. I talked to Dad, they know we're coming, right? There's no need to talk. They know it's a 9-hour drive. They know we'll be there when we get there because that's how it was when I grew up. When I went out for the day, told my mom I'll be back. As long as I was back before the streetlights came on, I was good to go. So with a 6-week-old baby, we had to stop a little bit more often. So to make the story about the drive shorter, long story short, we pulled up about midnight at my mom and dad's house in Virginia Beach, Virginia. We pulled up about 9 p.m. and we pulled in and sat there in the driveway for a few minutes as we, kind of got our, all right, we're finally here. It's been a long drive. It probably took us 10 and a half hours. I can't remember how long it took us. 10, it might have been midnight. Yeah, we made decent time. Don't get me wrong. We didn't hit no much traffic, nothing like that. But it still was a long time considering the circumstances that we had a 6-week-old baby and the speed limit was 55 miles an hour. So so that happened. So no lights were on. I'm like, aren't they expecting me? I could have sworn, I talked to Dad. I'm sure Dad told Mom that we were coming. I would figure a porch light would be left on or something like that, right? I would figure, right? Wouldn't you leave a porch light on for your kid, even though he's an adult kid, if you knew he was coming, right? So so here we go. We pulled in. We got everything out of the car. I got the baby out of the car. My wife's out of the car. We go knock on the front door. Knock on the front door. I don't hear nothing. I'm like, what's going on? I can't call. I had no cell phone. It's 30 years ago. I mean, they had them, I think, but they're big old bricks, right? I didn't have one. I wasn't rich. I didn't know big old cell phone. So I knocked a little bit louder. And then finally, I hear Mom. Who's there? Who's there? I said, Mom, it's me. She called me Kenny. Kenny, what are you doing here? And that kind of confused me from the get-go. What am I doing here? I'm thinking the whole time that Mom and Dad have been having a conversation about me coming, right? You would think that, right? That Mom and Dad would be having a conversation about me coming to see him. Well, she finally gets to the front door. Turns on the porch light, of course. I'm like, oh, hey, 20 Cooper unlocked the bronze tier. Thank you for hanging out, watching my shows. I appreciate you. Now you got some coupons. And you have discounted shipping because you won something. So if you want to get another one of these, have a pair. They're in there. So anyhow, she opens the door, and we walk in the door. Again, 30 years ago, after 10, 11-hour drive, however long it took, it was like, I'm in a fog, right? We walk in the door. Now, picture this room. I'm going to picture the room. The door's right here. All the way to my left, it's like a rectangle room. It's a living room to our house, right? It's a living room to our house. That's the major room where we had it. So you have the living room. You walk in the living room. To the left, I looked immediately to my left, and they hadn't told me this, but there was a hospital bed inside the house, and Dad was laying on that bed, right? So Dad was laying on that bed right there in the hospital bed. Yeah. Now, wait a minute now. I said, Mom, how long's Dad been like this? How long has Dad been like this? She goes, well, we brought him to the hospital bed. Now, remember, he'd been diagnosed with cancer about 3 months before. So we brought him to the hospital bed. This is back before hospice and all that kind of stuff. We brought him to the hospital bed probably a couple weeks ago. And I said, but I just talked to Dad this morning. Her eyes got this big around. And she goes, son, your dad hasn't spoken a word in 3 days. Your dad has not acknowledged me. Sorry, in 3 days. The phone was one of them landlines with a cord attached, and it was on the other corner of the room. The phone cord wouldn't even have reached if he wanted to be on the phone. I'm telling you, folks, I talked to my father that morning. I talked to my father that I do too. Look at my hair on my arm is standing straight up. Every time I tell this story, it is like it was yesterday. And now he's laying in the hospital bed over there against the wall. I wish I had a bigger room. I could kind of tell you this. And I am too, Sable. I am too, my friend. And so he's laying on the hospital bed. In my arms is my 6-week-old son. My 6-week-old son, Austin. It is his first grandchild that has his last name. My older sister has some babies already, a couple babies already, but they didn't have our last name. So I'm holding in my hand his, well, not his namesake. We didn't name him. My dad's name was Horace. We didn't name him Horace, but he had the same last name as my father. So I went over there and said, Dad, here's your grandson, Austin. And at that point in time, Mom had told me that he had not made a move, hadn't talked, just laid there. He kind of lifted his head up a little bit. I swear he opened his eyes and he raised his hand up just a little bit and laid him back down. That's all I needed to see. That's all I needed to see. And at that point in time, Dad acknowledged to me, good job, you carry on the family name. And my family name is very, very weird. It's a very weird spelling. And matter of fact, a lot of his family changed their name, changed their spelling. But he said he wasn't going to do it because that was his family name, and we weren't going to change it. It's spelled Holadia. It's pronounced Holiday. Holadia, pronounced Holiday. Hola dia, hello day. So if you want to look that up in Spanish, hola meaning hello, dia meaning day, hello day, and over the years it turned to holiday. So that's another whole story. So he's laying there, he acknowledged my son, laid back down. I said, Mom, I talked to Dad. This morning. And she pointed to the phone. She pointed to Dad. She goes, you didn't talk to your dad. You did not talk to your dad. So guys, I believe in the supernatural. Okay. I'm not gonna push any kind of belief off on you. I don't do that. I don't in my shows, I don't talk politics. I don't talk religion. However, I don't think there's a problem talking about the supernatural. So something supernatural happened. That my father, in his voice, talked to me in his voice, and we had a conversation. And then he told me to get there. Yes, I needed to be there. So at that time, we just kind of gathered on his bed, and I held his hand for a long time. And again, it was like midnight, 1 o'clock when we got there. I can't remember the exact time of day, right? So Mom said that we could have Dad had built the garage into a den of sorts, and she made us a pallet down there to bed. We set up the baby pen down there, the baby bed down there, so Austin could sleep, and we went to sleep. Yes, I know, awesome. I understand. Yeah, angels are everywhere, and then. So I finally dozed off to sleep. And then 7 a.m. on Sunday, I heard my mom let out a screech. And she said, he's gone. I remember that like it was yesterday. He's gone. And I immediately got up out of bed, come up upstairs. It was 3 steps from the house to the thing. So we called upstairs. I immediately came up, and my brother-in-law at the time was married to my younger sister, was a nurse. So he went, checked his pulse, all that kind of stuff. Let's go about and said, yes, he's gone. He's gone. Dad had a do not resuscitate living will, and it in writing. So because his cancer was from the esophagus, right? It was the esophagus. It's between his spine and the esophagus. It was not able to be treated. Hey, welcome in, Vintage Glass Couple. We are talking about my dad's last 24 hours on Earth 30 years ago. And so he had cancer of the esophagus. So my brother-in-law at that time checked, and he had passed. and he had a living will. So we made a conscious decision, and this is the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, to not call anybody. My dad had passed at home, in his own home, and he had a living will, and I didn't call anybody right away. We waited, because that's what Dad wanted. He didn't want anybody to come in and try to resuscitate him. Yes, and he died. Yes, he died peacefully. Yes, absolutely, peacefully in his sleep. I don't think he experienced any pain or anything like that. But so we waited till about 9 a.m. This is 2 hours later. We waited, and I made the hardest call I made in my life. I picked up the phone. I didn't know anybody else to call, a local number, so I dialed 911. And I explained to him, I said, hey, my father has passed away. He has a living will. We did not try to resuscitate. Please don't come in with sirens blaring, lights, all that kind of stuff. You can come, but please be very conscientious that his wife is here. My mother is here. Please don't come in sirens blazing. And they didn't. They pulled up. They did have their lights on. They knocked on the door. Yeah, right, exactly. Now, Vintage Glass Cup, I'm going to go back and I'll read. Hey, Desert Mermaid, I'll reiterate here in a few minutes exactly what happened to get me to Virginia, 10, 11 hours away from where I lived. So they come knocking on the door. Hey, hon, love you. And they come knocking on the door. And they had, they already had the paddles ready, the paddles, because they figured heart attack, right? And we tried to explain to them, so listen, Dad has a DNR, do not resuscitate. He's been gone for over an hour. And we didn't want to say it was 2 hours. He's been gone for over an hour. Do not. I literally had to hold them back, because they say, it's our job to do this. It's our job to do this. But I had that piece of paper. I said, read this. Read this. My father has gone. He's moved on. And if you believe in a better place, he's moved on to a better place. If you believe that this is the end, this is whatever you believe. Okay, I'm not going to get into all the schematics. He is no longer with us. And they verified, and yes, he is gone. And they verified that he was gone, and they peacefully left. And of course, then at that time, the coroner came. They had to pronounce him deceased, and then the funeral home came and took his body, and he was buried with all military honors. He was a veteran of the Korean and Vietnam War. He served our country. He was proud. He was a proud man of serving his country. He was one of the hardest working men that I've ever met. I like to think that he instilled that in me, and I've instilled that. Yes, thank you, Sabla. And I instilled that in my sons, because my sons aren't afraid to work. They're not afraid to work. And if you know anything about me, I'm a go-getter. I work a regular job. I do whatnot. And again, I'm in my car now because I still don't have internet. We survived Helene. But yeah, so that's where we're at, guys. That's where we're at. And today, 30 years ago, that happened. 30 years ago this morning. That you're 15 years for your dad and 10 for your mom. I know. I can imagine, Jesse. I can imagine. It's tough. It's tough losing a parent. And at Calamar, it is pure hell. You're right. But good things came out of this. From if you want to look at it, I always try to find the silver lining in the clouds, right? Yeah, Dover, you're welcome, friend. Because you got to remember, I'm not the only one that went through something like this, right? Right, Pickles? It is tough. I'm not the only one that went through this. You went through it. Pickles went through it. Dover went through it. Jesse went through it. We are here for each other. We are here for each other. And I tell you that story to tell you this. Guys, if you ever, I know, wow, 40 years. If you ever need anybody to talk about or to talk to, and you seriously need someone to, you are welcome to message me. And if I need to give you my cell phone number and we need to have a conversation, I'm there. I'm there for you. Because when I lost my dad, there wasn't anyone there I could talk to. Right? There was nobody there to talk to. So I know, and I think because of that, if I'd have been able to mourn and communicate and talk to somebody, maybe it won't be as hurtful now. I don't know. I get joy in thinking how good of a man he was. And I'm sure you look back at your parents and your mom and your grandparents and all the people that were really, really important to you in your life. And you realize that, yeah, they're gone, but what did they leave you? They left you a legacy. I know it was tough. I mean, I had my wife, but she had lost her mom on her 21st birthday. But for some reason, we just didn't connect with that. I don't know why. I don't know why. But it was a tough situation. It was. And I'm so grateful now to have you guys in my life. You guys you may hear me say it. I say it all the time. Guys, you don't know what you do for me. You really, really don't. Thank you, Bambi. I love you, my friend. When I could just, I know, me too. I love you too, Bambi. I still find myself wanting to call him. Yes, we will carry on their legacy. That's right. Absolutely. My dad lives in me. And honestly, I look like my dad big time. I look like my dad big time. I don't know if I can even pull this up or not on this phone here. If I can. Instagram, INST. I don't think I even have it on this one here. I don't know if I do or not. So I don't think I don't have it on this phone, so I can't show you. But maybe hang on. I don't. So I can't show you. But you can look at my Instagram. I posted pictures of him today, and I've had people comment at me that I look like my dad. Yeah, right, Jesse. You still see the perfect Christmas present for your dad and mom and have to remember, right? So, but thank you, Dover. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. But you guys are my family. You guys are my family. And I mean that with all of my heart and all of my soul. If anybody ever needs anything, I promise you, I will do even if you're a complete stranger, even if this is the first time you come into my room on whatnot, if it's the first time you've come in and you go, you know what? I connect with that guy. I connect with Ken. I connect with Gumby. I promise you, if you need anything, reach out. Reach out to me by Whatnot Messenger. I will be there. I may not be able to respond right away, but I will be there. And right. And I love everybody. I love everybody. I want to. Yes, he got to see his first grandson. Now I've had two other grandsons since then, who haven't. Um, yes, right, exactly. Yeah, my dad got to see my first grandson, his first grandson. So, and I love you all. I do. And I'm rambling on now, and I just appreciate you all. It means the world to me, guys. I want you to know that. Oh, your son was a week old when you're so yeah, very similar situation. Very similar situation, Jesse. And maybe that's why we connect. I don't know why we've connected, and and I mean it. I'm going on and saying yes. Oh wow, yeah. So gosh, that's so similar. Oh my God, that's so similar. And uh no, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with feeling. There's nothing wrong with that. Half and half. Nothing at all. Um, I have strong feelings for a lot of folks on this app. Um, I hate to say best friend, but I've got a lot of best friends. I've got a lot of best friends, and I'm learning that people in general, guys, people in general care. People in general care. Not everybody does, but people in general love each other. They want to see everybody succeed. They want to see everybody happy. They mourn when you mourn. They celebrate when you celebrate. And that's the person I want you to know that I am. I want you to know that I'm happy for you, whoever you are. I see all these people that get on. Right. Yes, exactly. Yes, that's right, 20. Yep. And I'm a squirrel. I lost my train of thought. Wow. The people inherently are good. Uh, yeah, people inherently are good, but there are some that aren't. But you've got to zone out and forget about the ones that aren't, and concentrate on the ones that are. So, guys, if you want to see pictures of my dad, they're on my Instagram, the.gumby.man on Instagram. This will be on YouTube in the near future. It normally takes a day or two sometimes for it to process and get on there. But that'll be on YouTube if you want to go back and you want to tell people, say, listen, watch this guy's story. Listen to his story. So with that, I appreciate all y'all coming in. And I think we'll find somebody to I think we'll find somebody to raid. And I think I'm going to go into somebody that's raided me before. Thank you, half and half. I'm going to go into the Desert Mermaid. I'm going to go into the Desert Mermaid. She always has lots of fun. When you get in there, do me a favor. Get in there, do me a favor. Drop some green hearts. Yes, you're welcome, Pickles. Drop some green. Yes, that's where we're going, Kylie. Drop some green hearts in the chat. Green hearts for Gumby, okay? When you get there, go ahead and get them now. Go ahead and get them now. Practice sending them now. You can make sure you can find them. All your green hearts. If you're on a computer, you can. There we go. Count them over the green hearts right there. That's why if you drop them in the chat. Yes. Green hearts in the chat when we get to the Desert Mermaid. So guys, I love you all. Bear with me as I'm still struggling with power and internet and all that kind of stuff. I was supposed to have a jewelry wheel tonight. Not going to happen. I have no idea when I'll get the internet back on. But you know what? There are people much worse off than we are right now. Yes, but there are people much worse off than we are right now. So, oh, wow. Green for them. No. Okay, awesome. So I hear that. So, all right, let's go see the Desert Mermaid. Tell them that hello from the Gummy Man and drop some green hearts when you get there. Drop some green hearts when you get there, friends. I love you all. Thank you so much for coming in. There she is right there. Love you. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Calamar. Appreciate that. Totally unnecessary, but I love you, friend. Here we go.